Basically from 200 euros I went to like 35k. I got so attached in that, I watched so much YouTube videos and I learned everything about it. In my first month of starting my YouTube journal, I got like 20,000 subscribers in my first month of starting my YouTube channel.
Are you investing in many tokens right now?
I do a lot of investing, yeah, I do still. I try to share everything transparently on YouTube as well.
Where do you see crypto, let's say, in the next 10 years?
This cycle, it will be probably meme coins and AI.
Where do you see BTC in the next 5 years?
I just believe there is a potential of like at least significant growth in the coming 5 years.
The Win have been granted a gaming license, gambling license. Is crypto gambling?
If you don't know what you're doing, if you're buying something, like if you're buying Bitcoin without knowing what it is, it's gambling, of course. I bought for 20k bread and it went over 100x.
Wow. Have you not thought about launching your own?
No, I don't really want to launch my own token because I think in the end of the day, maybe people are going to lose money and I don't want to be responsible for that.
Hello and welcome back to BetTalks. I'm Rick Godds and we are joined by another guest. He is a crypto influencer, entrepreneur, investor. He is the founder of CryptoSea and he has over 1 million followers throughout his whole platform. Let's welcome to BetTalks, Crypto Rover.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, brilliant. Great having you here. Welcome to BetTalks. Here at BetTalks, we cover everything from gaming/gambling, crypto, AI, blockchain, metaverse, everything emerging tech within the UAE. Now, obviously, I know you're heavily in crypto, blockchain. I mean, Crypto Rover, how did it all start? Tell me.
It's a very interesting story. So let me start at the beginning.
Okay.
So once I was younger, I was always attached to like making money. I always wanted to make money. So it started young. Once I was 13 years old, I didn't. 13 years old.
Wow.
I didn't got anything from my parents. So I started like delivering papers. Then I found a new method on flipping shoes. So I was starting to flip shoes. I was buying Yeezys. I bought like 20, 30 of them. And in the beginning, you can sell them for like a 3x. So I started to make good money from that. And then I was always working. Like I went to school, always working like 20 to 30 hours a week.
Wow.
Not really a social life. And then I met a friend working at McDonald's while I was like cleaning everything, like doing the garbage. He told me about Bitcoin. Bitcoin at that time was like $1,400, $1,300.
What year was that?
It was 2015.
Wow.
And I was 14, almost 15 years old. And he told me about it. So I did some research. There was a website where you could buy crypto in the Netherlands without any KYC. So you can just buy it without any KYC because that was the thing at the time. You can just buy it. So I asked my dad, I asked him, can I invest in crypto? And he always lost money on the stock market once he was younger. So he told me, okay, you know what? You can invest 200 euros. And if you lose it, it's better that you know it right now. So you're not going to waste any more money in the future. So you learn you shouldn't gamble with your money. And that lesson actually came quite a good lesson because I invested in Redcoin, and Redcoin was the coin John McAfee at that time also pumped. And I know it very well. It was around that Christmas period, around Christmas, January. Just a little bit after Christmas, he pumped it and it went like 50, 60x from of my investment.
I met John McAfee.
Yeah, really?
God bless him before he obviously passed away. I met him in Malta, he came to the Malta Blockchain Summit, now called the AIBC.
At that time I was 15 years old.
Yes, so he wouldn't have been able to even fly. But
exactly. But that's crazy.
Nice. I met John McAfee,
so he basically pumped my bags from 200 euros and I bought also Verge, some other coins. Basically from 200 euros I went to like 35k unrealized. Then I saw, holy damn, I was 15 years old. I thought, is this possible with crypto? How can I make so much money so quickly? And then basically I got addicted. But before that, the market actually came down again. I managed to cash out about $10,000 to $12,000 euros actually, sorry, at that time, because now I do everything.
Everything in USDT.
Yeah, exactly. But at that time I was doing everything in euros. I bought Bitcoin. Bitcoin went like down like 75% again. Went from like 35k back to 3k. But I really found out with crypto you can make loads and loads of money. So basically that is where my addiction started. I started to do a lot of research, like what is Bitcoin? Because the first time I bought it, I didn't really actually know what it was. So I started to learn about it, especially also about altcoins and the entire market, about why Bitcoin is so much better than having actual dollars in the bank. And I started convincing myself like the dollar or euro, fiat currency is shit. You need Bitcoin. And I got so attached in that. I watched so much YouTube videos and I learned everything about it that at some point, Corona came, of course.
Yeah.
And at that point I thought, wait, let me also start creating content. So I started making YouTube videos. I started streaming because no one was at that time really streaming.
Yeah.
And in my first month of starting my YouTube channel, I got like 20,000 subscribers in my first month of starting my YouTube channel. And basically what I was doing is literally streaming for like 12 hours straight. For 30 days in a row, I did 12-hour streams. And at that point, my social media journey also started. So I started a YouTube channel, Twitter, and basically I just wanted to share alpha. I wanted to share my insights of the market. And because I learned my initial knowledge from other YouTubers, and I wanted to learn it to other people as well.
So you copy and pasted it into your own sort of format.
I watched so many people, and I also read some other like online stuff, and I thought, okay, wait, I can do it better. And let me show you my way. And that way it basically started. And now fast forward like 4 years later, it's like almost 900,000 followers on Twitter, which is insane. I couldn't have ever dreamt of it.
Congratulations, yeah.
And YouTube already more than 150,000 subscribers. And since I started, I've never missed a day on YouTube. Every single day I've uploaded a video, never missed a day.
Brilliant.
So it's just my passion. I love making videos. I love like talking about the market. Also, I can just talk for this podcast as well, like 4 hours straight about Bitcoin, because it's in my heart. I love it.
Brilliant. Well, listen, congratulations what you've done. It's incredible what you've done at such a young age. You just spoke about when you was younger. I mean, how old are you now?
23.
You're 23 years old. I mean, you have over 1 million followers, subscribers over your platforms. You've done exceptionally well on crypto, and obviously, and the market's still very young and still a lot more to do. So what advice would you give to young 13, 14-year-olds now, as you looking back as you was, and that 10-year period that you've been around? What advice would you give to up-and-comers?
Okay, so first of all, I know I made some mistakes also in the last bull run. So it sounds very silly, but don't be greedy. I mean, everyone also told me this, but it sounds so silly to say again, but don't be greedy. So that's the biggest advice, because last bull run as well, I made pretty good money, but still managed to lose a lot of it due to the bear market and due to the fact that I was still too greedy. So that's something I really learned for this cycle, that it will be less greedy.
Was that by trading or by holding?
By holding especially. But also by trading sometimes. That I was forecasting the trend maybe a little bit too late, but eventually I still managed to get it. But for my holding position, it was actually the worst. So that is really a thing. Don't be too greedy. And then what I would really recommend everyone to do is just, YouTube is such a great platform, as well Twitter. Twitter is a very great platform if you have a nice algorithm. So make sure to follow the right people, because I've got a content guy who works with me. We create very crazy charts. Like the information in the charts is insane. You can literally see whenever the bull market starts and whenever it ends. Like there's so much good information on X, not only my page, but many other pages as well. So if you follow the right ones, you can really learn and forecast the right trends in the market. Also with altcoins, like there's like historical data that usually like 225 days approximately after the halving, altcoin season tend to start. Like right now we're 210 days in. It's about to happen any moment right now. And I don't believe history is exactly gonna repeat, but I do believe it's gonna rhyme. So really follow the right accounts. And if you have a great algorithm, you can just learn a lot from being on X. Like about 3-4 years ago, I was spending maybe 7 hours a day on X.
Wow.
Or on Twitter that time. But
yeah. So your actual framework of your business that you've built, you are a crypto influencer, but you're a trader as well. So are you investing in many tokens right now?
I do a lot of investing, I do still. I actually also do a lot of market buying from projects I actually really believe in. And one of them is actually doing very well. It's called Athena. I don't know if you know it, Athena. You probably know Luna, right?
Luna, yes.
Yeah, it's basically Luna, but from this cycle. So I invested in it like, 3 months ago, but it's already up like 2x, and it's like a top 50 coin. But it's basically Luna, but then a little bit different. So they've got an algorithmic stable coin, and I think it's going to be doing the same. And just like Luna last cycle, out of nowhere, within 2 weeks, it exploded to like a top 10 altcoin. and it went like 40x in 2 weeks time, something like that.
Wow.
I think it could do something similar. Of course, I'm not a financial advisor or whatsoever, but I'm really betting on that one as well, and just investing mainly and trading, and then especially swing trading. I actually caught a trade on the exact bear market bottom, 15.8k. I opened the trade. I did close it on 38k, which was maybe quite sad, but I still managed to get like a very great profit. So I do like 3-4 trades a year. 4 months ago, I actually also did a trade with 300k profit. And the nice part about it is that many like people on YouTube, they just tell or show their trade whenever they've done the trade. But I literally on my YouTube channel, I want to be as transparent as possible. So if I take a loss on my trade, I show it as well. But literally, I have in the last 12 months, I maybe opened 6 trades. And all 6 of them have been profitable. And I have a very interesting strategy, but I don't know if many people do it with trading, but I'm really using a pyramid entry way on entering my trades. So let's say I look at the level of interest and I never enter my trade completely 100%. I usually enter like 10% and then 20% and 40% and then the last 40%.
Yeah.
And that way I usually have a very good entry price because I'm not trying to scalp the 1 minute time frame. No, I'm trying to catch a trend for the daily or the weekly time frame. So it works very well, and I try to share everything transparently on YouTube as well.
Of course. And so you're sharing your trades on YouTube,
yeah? Also, yeah.
Wow. And the platform is called Crypto Rover?
Yeah. It's on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere.
Brilliant. Well, listen, to all of our followers, check out Crypto Rover on YouTube for trades coming through.
Exactly.
Expert trades. I mean, you've been around the space for so long. Obviously, you're doing something right. Because obviously trading is exceptionally hard. And a lot of people do not tell a lot of people how they do their trades. True. So, I mean, you've been around the market for so long. I mean, obviously, I've been around the space since 2017-18, just before the ICO crash. I mean, the market has changed in so much ways. Like, for instance, the ICOs, then NFTs, now sort of meme tokens are sort of happening. I mean, where do you see crypto, let's say, in the next 10 years?
So I do think it's going to keep changing, because also if you look at the top 10 altcoins, for example, like over the last, like every single bull market, it's completely different except of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Tether then for the last 2 cycles. But I really believe this cycle, it will be probably meme coins and AI. Because usually what tends to happen, what I've seen so far, is that like in the upcoming year to the bull run, you tend to see like certain sectors do very well. And they tend to do extraordinary in the bull run usually. And this time around, it has really been AI and meme coins. And I do believe people really like meme coins a little bit more than utility projects, because a lot of utility projects have huge VC investors, and those VC investors usually tend to dump extremely hard. And with meme coins, they just say, okay, we're not doing anything, but you know, we're not doing anything. And if you have a strong community, people really think it's going to be exploding. And if you just look at all the best performers in the last 2 years, they've all been meme coins. So
correct, but then what is the actual framework around these meme coins? Like, it's just a community-based building, yes? There's no actual usability, there's no... Where is the framework in this? I mean, when people are investing in something, do they want to see some kind of usability? Or is it just a community-based?
I mean, it really was that people want to see utility like in the previous cycle, but I think the narrative is changing a little bit for the OG investors, like the people that have been around. They really think meme coins are going to be the great performer. And I believe there's definitely some utility tokens that are going to be doing good, and there's probably going to be a utility cycle, and there's going to be a meme coin cycle in the bull run. Because every single time, if you just look at the meme coin volume, I've got that chart in front of my face because I've seen it so many times. You always have these extreme high spikes in volume. So far, it happened like 3 times. So there's probably going to be another meme coin cycle coming. But when, we of course don't know, but I'm quite sure it is going to come. But it doesn't mean that other coins are not going to be performing well. And I really think that AI is going to be, in terms of utility, the best performer, as well with like GPU projects, because I think GPU and AI is just the next big thing here. You can see it with NVIDIA as like the most valuable company right now in the world. It's with a reason, because they're creating the GPUs. Like GPU power is necessary for like self-driving, AI, all these crazy things that we are expecting of the future. You need GPU. So I think that's going to be a big thing. So Render, one of the big projects with GPU power, also personally highly invested in, since I think it's going to do extraordinary.
Fantastic. I just want to compliment you. For 23 years old, you're exceptionally smart and exceptionally talented within the market. I can see you've obviously done a lot of research. Now, I know you are the founder of CryptoSea. Explain to me what CryptoSea is. Tell me more.
So approximately like 3 years ago, I really stumbled against something like an algorithmic trading bot that can help me to diversify my portfolio a little bit. And then like 4 years ago, we started developing it, not myself, but like developers. They used to work at the Bank of Italy, 3 of them, and now they've like built this software, and it's actually working quite well, because like some people can say, oh, use my bot, it's gonna be performing 70% a year. But like people say that with a backtest result, but since 2022 November we launched, so the whole year of 2023 we've got results. We did 74% in performance, and so far from 2024 till now we did like 60 to 65% in terms of returns. What we're trying to do is
you've been getting 65% return.
Yeah,
Wow.
basically what we do is that we trade Bitcoin against USDT on 1x leverage. So it's basically like pretty small risk here. But basically what the algorithm does is use the volatility of Bitcoin and try to forecast the bigger trends in Bitcoin. And what the nice part about it is, especially in the bear market, is since the bot is based in USDT, we're based in USDT. If the market is going to crash, we're actually going to create more Bitcoins because the Bitcoin prices are obviously going to go down.
Okay.
So basically what we do is we trade against Bitcoin, and we first were really focused on retail clients, but actually like to use the bots and really make a good performance, you actually need quite a lot of money.
Sure.
So we're right.
So there is initial capital that needs to be entered for the bots to actually perform.
Exactly. Because if you're doing it with like 50 euros, it doesn't make any sense for the fees, etc. So it's more like we're focusing on the people that do 50 to 100K or above.
And what's the risk management in that? Where's the risk level?
Yeah, so basically the algorithm does all the risk management. You can literally download the report on our website as well and see all the data, like the drawdown, the performance. So the risk, of course, there's always some risk attached, but ever since, this is with backtest result, but if we're looking back to 2017, the biggest downside we would have got was like 18%. And you can see this all in the report, but so far since we've been live, the biggest drawdown we had was like 9%. So yeah, that's the worst time we've been down 9%.
But still, where are you going to get a 9% return? Still now, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, but sorry, minus 9%.
Minus 9%, sorry,
9% down. So that is the worst case, but you can like, it's easier to just look at the chart of the performance on the website, because then you can see all the data points, and yeah, it speaks to itself. Basically.
Okay, interesting. And you can check that out on all your platforms as well.
Yeah, you can check it out on CryptoSea.com.
Yeah,
you can just scroll through the website and find the data report, or you can just send a message to some of our customers.
Fantastic stuff. So there's a lot going off. Obviously, you've invested. You're doing this influencer platform. You're now obviously creating this AI bot. CryptoSea. So, I mean, obviously originally from the Netherlands, now in Dubai. You've been here for what, the last 3 years, you were saying?
3 years, yeah.
So, obviously now Dubai is becoming this tech hub, this tech innovation hub, very crypto friendly. Where do you see Dubai in the next coming years?
Yeah, I personally, I don't really see it stopping to grow. Honestly, I've myself as well invested in some real estate projects here in Dubai, and I just think if I just see what is happening in the entire world, that more and more people are going to come to Dubai.
Yeah.
And it's just going to keep on growing. So that's why I, of course, have invested in real estate.
Yep.
A little bit because, of course, I want to have a more diversified portfolio. And because I just see Dubai growing. Like I see more and more people are coming here. And it's quite funny because I grew up in like a small town in the Netherlands. And right now, 7 of my friends where I grew up with are all living now in Dubai.
Wow.
So we're just having like a small party here every time. Of
course, absolutely.
With all the same friends where we grew up from.
And the Dutch, they stick together like glue.
yes, we stay together.
Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant. So you're 3 years. You're pretty new to Dubai, though. I mean,
yeah, but I've really been living here, so I feel like I know everything. But of course, sometimes you just find something.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But I spent like 7 months a year here. So
brilliant. Okay, all right. Now, obviously, it's becoming more and more crypto friendly. You can buy property, you can buy cars here. I mean, it's crazy. It's great when you think compared to Europe and the US. Obviously, crypto is still very frowned upon.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on stable tokens such as USDT?
Yeah, I think like the biggest innovation from crypto is stablecoins. Like I mean, I send stablecoins to everyone, like to some of my employees. Like I've bought multiple cars with stablecoins. I've bought property with stablecoins, and I think it's the biggest development in crypto in general. So you can like now send money to the rest of to the other side of the world instantly with crypto. I think that is the real use case which will attract a lot of people to crypto. So I think it's great. And I mean, one of the most profitable companies in crypto is Tether. I think, I'm not quite sure what they're doing, but I
over
thought
$1 trillion market cap now, I believe.
No, it's like 140 billion.
140 billion. Yeah.
So yeah, they're coming.
I think they're predicted to be over $1 trillion within coming years.
Yeah, that could be definitely. Especially if the bull market comes, it's going to grow faster.
They're talking that Tether could potentially be bigger than BlackRock and Vanguard.
Yeah, they're doing, I think, like 4 billion in quarter revenue. So it's insane. Yeah. Like no other company is making so much revenue.
Absolutely. Yeah. Incredible. I mean, big theory. I mean, obviously, everything is pretty much backed by stable tokens. All money transaction, all projects are developed on stable tokens, USDT being one of them, and also USDC. There's obviously many different sectors out there. So it is exciting times, especially now with the election, Trump coming into power, which is a huge topic. How do you see the market changing now the US elections has sort of stabled out?
Yeah, so I've personally really bet highly on Trump winning because I really thought he was going to win. But what I think is going to play out right now for the market is that, of course, he's said multiple things positively about crypto. But more importantly, you've got a lot of supporters, like a lot of people that invested money in him from the crypto side. And usually how it works in the US, if people give you money, you also have to do things for them. So he's saying he's going to build a Bitcoin reserve for the US. So, of course, they're already holding like 300K Bitcoins from Mike Ross, it was, or I'm not quite sure. But they're already holding 300,000 Bitcoins on the US Treasury, and they're saying they're going to expand it. Of course, we just have to see if that's really going to be playing out. But anyways, I do think it's a very great development that he's right now in power, because he wants to not stop the innovation, but let the innovation come to the US. And he also said he wants to mine all the Bitcoins in the USA. Of course, we just have to see if that is really going to be playing out here. But anyways, it's a great development. It's good. So I think it's going to be great for the market. I think also like the coming 4 years are going to be probably the last great bull run we're going to get, and the last great bull run where we can make exceptional money, because I think regulation on all these meme coins, altcoins are going to come in after this cycle.
Correct.
I really think.
Yeah, some great insight there. Some very informative, to be honest. Where do you see BTC in the next 5 years? Bitcoin
is probably going to be, of course, it always has been the safest option. But right now with BlackRock, they literally last week they bought $2 billion worth of Bitcoin. And in this bull run is going to be so different, because this bull run is the first bull run where they can actually, like, institutions can FOMO into Bitcoin because they've got the gateway through the ETFs. So I really think Bitcoin is just going to keep on growing. Also with the gold ETF, like in the first 10 years, the growth on the ETF was exceptional. And I think something similar is going to be happening with Bitcoin. It's been so far the most successful ETF ever. And this is just going to be allowing these large companies to scoop up all the Bitcoin, and I just actually forecast it to grow and grow and grow. As more people are going to be like buying it up, it's just going to get more attention, and it's just going to keep on growing. So I've always been a fan of Bitcoin. I've always had Bitcoin the most percentage in my portfolio, and it will have that. And like in the bear market, I never sell my Bitcoin. I only sell my altcoins. That's what I'm going to do, because in the end of the day, we don't know exactly if the 4-year cycle is exactly going to be playing out again. Like, is Bitcoin really going to dump again here, or are they just going to keep on buying? So I'm going to sell my altcoins at a certain point, keep that in USDT reserves. If Bitcoin then crashes, I buy with the USDT more Bitcoins, because I always want to stay exposed to crypto and Bitcoin especially, because I just believe there is a potential of like at least significant growth in the coming 5 years. And especially with the market right now, the US debt is going so exponential. There's like at some point what they're going to do is probably like print even more money, and there's going to be a huge debt spiral. So in the end of the day, do you really want to hold dollars for that long-term horizon? If you're not going to touch your Bitcoins for the coming 10 years, you're just going to be fine. So yeah, I really have the long-term vision, because like I said, I'm 23 years old. I can just afford to hold my Bitcoins for 20 years and just see what it does in 20 years. And I believe in 20 years it's going to be great. It's going to be way higher than it's currently sitting.
Absolutely. Yeah. So at 23 years old, you're in an incredible position of your life. The future's very bright, and the market's very bright with what's happening. So let's just sort of flip that to another perspective. Now, obviously here at BetTalks, we do cover everything from gaming/gambling, crypto, blockchain, etc. What do you think about the new regulations of gaming becoming regulated within the UAE? Gaming/gambling.
Oh, gambling. Yeah. I mean, I know they are building like casinos here in Rock, and I also invested in it because I think really it's going to be the next big thing here in Las Vegas. And honestly, like if you bought property on like
Marjan Island.
Yeah, I've bought their property, but if you bought property anywhere in Dubai like 10 years ago, you like 5x your money. It's like insane.
Of course, yeah.
And I think you have the same opportunity right now as well over here. So I just bought some property, and maybe it's going to be going sky high. I'm not quite sure.
It's official that the Win have been granted a gaming license, gambling license, to build the Win on Marjan Island in Ras Al Khaimah.
Yeah.
The launch date is 2027. I have been there many times filming.
Really?
It is half developed. It's going to be 4 times the size of Las Vegas Win.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
So these guys are making this. They're going to make it a mega hub.
Yeah, because nowhere in like the Middle East you have like a gambling, like a crazy.
If you look at Vegas and then you look at Macau, I've been to both of them. All right. What's in the middle?
It's
Dubai.
the UAE. Yeah.
It's the UAE.
Yeah.
And they're building in Ras Al Khaimah to expand their Emirates.
Exactly.
Okay. Because Dubai already has all the infrastructure, right? I mean, Ras Al Khaimah, very, very quiet. Fujairah, very quiet. Sharjah, very quiet. They want to increase this tourism to come to these Emirates, and also there are theories that there's licensing going to be applied for Abu Dhabi. So this is going to be a gaming/gambling mega hub.
Because what I heard is that they are giving licenses for a casino for every emirate in the UAE. And the first one is going to be in Rock.
This is talk. It's not confirmed yet. Officially, that's confirmed on news articles is that Ras Al Khaimah has been confirmed.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you look at Dubai, I mean, it's already catered for casinos.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, the infrastructure is already there.
Exactly.
I mean, Sheikh Zayed Road, I'm not sure if you've ever been to Las Vegas, but looks like Vegas Strip.
Exactly, yeah.
Big flashing lights, big high-rise buildings, big hotel, luxury 5-star hotels, and all it's missing is the casinos.
Exactly, yeah.
Which crypto does merge very, very engaged with gambling.
Yeah.
One question I want to ask you, you've been around the crypto space for over 10 years, from a very young age to now being a successful trader, a successful influencer. Is crypto gambling?
If you don't know what you're doing, if you're buying something, like if you're buying Bitcoin without knowing what it is, it's gambling, of course. But if you know what you're buying, if you know, maybe you have some more information, or maybe you can forecast something because it's an educated guess, it's not gambling. But if you're buying meme coins without any information from like, okay, this and this is going to be happening, these big players are going to come in, it's indeed gambling. Yeah. I think most of the people in crypto are gambling because most of the people, like I also know like some friends, they just bought Bitcoin because it's probably going to go up, because I told them it's going to be going up. Then it's gambling because they don't know. I always tell it to everyone, please don't buy anything until you know what it is or know what it's going to do.
And do your research.
Yeah, and do your research.
Yeah.
Exactly. Never buy because some guy on the internet is telling you to buy it. It's like stupid. It's the worst.
Do you
thing.
promote tokens on your platform?
Sometimes, yeah, I speak about tokens, but I always say do your own research, because I don't want anyone to buy something a guy on the internet is telling you, because people maybe think people think they're gonna buy something because I bought it. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to buy it, you know. Because I have got loads of tokens in my portfolio, like 300-400 plus tokens.
Wow.
I hold like a lot of shitcoins as well, but not like if I invest 10K in a shitcoin, maybe for you it's like 10K is all your money you've got.
Correct.
But like I've invested 10K in multiple shitcoins, and some of them did extraordinary. Like I invested in bread, and that one
I've got bread
on
the base network.
Yeah, exactly. I bought for 20K bread, and it went over 100x.
Wow.
It's insane, but I didn't. I cashed out a little bit earlier, but it went from of my call 100x. So people made a lot of money. That's what I think my best call in like the last year, and like. For some other people, some other projects I promoted as well, I bought 10K. I told everyone I bought 10K of it. It maybe went down. So never invest all your money, or never like listen to someone. Do your own research about it. Because I really was very bullish about the base network in general. Like I bought many projects of them, but Brad was the one that did extraordinary.
Extraordinarily well, yeah. What would you look for if you was to invest in a token, or you have invested in over 300 tokens, so you have a huge portfolio? Yeah. If you was going to invest large sums of money into any sort of token, what is it you would look for? What would you look for? What for you to do research? What is it that would sort of pop out to you?
Yeah. So if I'm really going to invest a large amount of money, it's first of all it needs to be an established project, because I'm not going to invest large amounts of money in a project that maybe is going to be huge, because then I prefer to do a less of a bigger investment to be a little bit more safe, because this cycle I'm playing it way more safe. So it has to be an established project. It has to be a great team, of course. It has to be a team that is actually doxed, that they show their face, and more importantly, I really would like to meet the team. So you have a lot of opportunities also in Dubai to meet the team.
Correct.
Because a lot of projects are based there. Yeah. So I would love to meet the team. I would also definitely look at the tokenomics. So is there going to be a lot of unlocks? That's one of the most important things of it. Because what is the fully diluted and regular market cap? Because if there's a lot of fully diluted market cap, there's going to be a lot of supply being dumped on the market, and that could highly affect the performance of the coin. And maybe the fully diluted market cap is extremely big here, and the market cap quite small, but it takes like 1 or 2 years before the market cap is going to, the fully diluted market cap is going to get added towards the regular market cap. And at that point, then I think, okay, then it's worth it to maybe invest in it for like 1 or 2 years. But like with a lot of these altcoin projects right now, I really have an horizon of like 6 to 9 months from now on. After that, I'm probably going to go out. Of course, like every single month I reevaluate, like, is it worth it for me? Yeah. But that's basically what I would look at. And of course the chart, I would like to look at the chart. Is this really a good level I want to get in? Is it the bottom formation? Is it the top formation? And especially then on the weekly and daily time frame. So coins, like there are many great altcoins right now on a major sale. Like Aina, I talked about earlier, the chart looked so good. I discussed it many times on my channel as well and on my Twitter page. The chart looked so good. And now it's like up like 2x since my entry, because it was very obvious. The chart was looking good, the project is good, the unlocks are looking great. Like everything is just perfect.
Sure.
So yeah.
So research, as you say, look, you'd like to meet the team, or you'd like to see the team. But then you are a big fan of BTC, and it's very hard to see the team of Bitcoin.
True. Yeah, that's difficult. But Bitcoin is, of course, different. It's different.
Okay.
Outside of these other projects, because Bitcoin has been established for like such a long time, and it has been performing stably. And
but still with no team, still with no framework.
No team, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, Bitcoin. I'm definitely like more than 40% Bitcoin still.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, listen, I speak to a lot of influencers, a lot of big people within the market, and everyone is pro Bitcoin. Yeah. It's purely, it's the heart of the market.
Exactly.
And
if Bitcoin does shit, the altcoins do shit as well. If Bitcoin does great, the market does great in general.
Absolutely. So you've had all these good times. You spoke to me about all these good times. There must have been some bad times that you've learned from.
Definitely. I did have some bad times, especially like in the previous bear market. Like I said earlier, like I did lose a significant amount of my money since I was still in too much altcoins. That was my biggest mistake. I was holding too much altcoins. So most of my bags went down like 80%. So I really got screwed over there. But like in the first cycle in 2016, 17, 18, I like had a small amount of money, and then I lost like almost everything. And then in the previous cycle, I made a ton of money and then lost again, like quite a lot of it, but still managed to, of course, make money, obviously. But now I really learned to like have a portfolio with a lot of money, and how to manage a portfolio with a lot of money, because it's different than managing a portfolio of 30K.
But you must have took risks.
Of course, and I love taking risks, because without any risk, I wouldn't be sitting here.
Yeah, of course.
So
absolutely. As the saying goes, without risk, there's no reward.
Exactly.
So you do obviously invest in tokens, you trade tokens. Do you invest in projects? Do you invest in startup, let's say ICOs or NFTs? Do you invest in actual startup projects?
Yeah, I do, but I don't really do it a lot anymore, and I only do in a certain amount of ones that I really think are great, because I get a lot of opportunities. Like a lot of projects come to me and ask me, can you invest in this? But I don't really spray and paint anymore, because I used to do that in the previous bull run, and then the market crashed. And
so just investing in 50 things and hoping some pull through.
Like in the last bull run, I invested in everything, everything. People asked me to invest in, I did it.
Yeah.
And I made a lot of money from it. And I think it's a great strategy, because if you just buy like 100 projects, probably like if one of them just goes 10x or 100x, you're already
Absolutely. We had one guest on the show that in the ICO, they invested over 120 different ICOs and not one of them pulled through.
Oh wow, that's very horrible.
Yeah,
that is horrible. Yeah.
So it just shows you that the market, obviously, there is some good times, but there's also a lot of bad times as well.
Yeah.
So let's put crypto on the side. I mean, obviously, you are a crypto guy. You're doing exceptionally well, and congratulations on that. You've moved to Dubai now full time for the last sort of 3 years. Now, there's a lot more happening in Dubai than just sort of crypto itself. It is becoming this emerging tech hub. What's your thoughts on AI technology?
AI technology in general, like I already spoke highly about NVIDIA. I think that company as well is just extraordinary what they're doing in terms of market cap. I've also invested in that. But in Dubai here in general, like all these events you go to, there's so many events. It's insane. Like if you want to, you can go to an event every single day.
Every single day.
And it's like packed. It's insane.
Yeah.
There's so many people. So yeah, in general, I think this is the technology hub of the world. So like I've been to a lot of places, and I've never seen like so many tech guys coming together in one place, like in Dubai.
Yeah.
It's insane. And also if I'm here, like there are so many people texting me, like you want to meet up. You can get so much great connections over here, which you can't get anywhere else. Like if I'm in Europe, like there's no one texting me, can you meet up? But if I post something in Dubai, everyone is just here. It's just, it feels like, I don't know what it is, but everyone is moving to Dubai. And Dubai is where the money is, and where the money is, you can make the money.
Absolutely, I completely agree with you. I've been here for nearly 6 years now.
Yeah. And the lifestyle is great. I love it.
For sure.
Because if I went to the Netherlands actually like two weeks ago, and I was there for 3 days only, but like after the second day, I already thought, I want to go back.
I
want to go back. I miss the sun. Like it was raining. It's like there's nothing to do. I asked my friends, can we hang out or do something fun? No, I have to go to school because I don't go to school, and sometimes like I'm done with my work, and I usually work a lot from my phone, so I can work from anywhere. And usually it's like sometimes some phone calls, some messages I have to reply to, and like outside of that, I just also want to do stuff and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
You know? It's,
but you have, I would say some part of it's luck as well, but you've also studied.
Yeah, but if you try 100 times and like you fell 99 of the times, is it really luck the last time?
Of course.
I don't really think it's luck, because the people that say I'm lucky, like those guys, those are the ones that are never trying anything.
Correct.
Because that's true, because I try to sometimes like really motivate my friends to do something like this, and
take the risks.
Exactly, but they just don't do it. So if you never do it, if you never fail, then
you're never going to succeed.
Yeah, how you're going to succeed? Exactly.
But at such a young age of 23, you've put yourself in such a powerful position at this age. Obviously, there's not many 23-year-olds that are in a position where you are. So you have taken the risks, some luck as well, I would say, along the way, and there's been some downtimes. What does the future hold for you? Yeah,
so really what I'm going to do, I'm not going to be quite sure if I'm going to be doing influencing for the rest of my life, because I don't necessarily like to be famous, or how you call it. Like, I don't want to call it famous.
A public figure.
Exactly. I don't really like that. I like to be a little bit more in the background, actually. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing that for my rest of my life. What I try to do is basically set up my family and everyone to have a great life for the future. So I want to start to get into real estate and basically develop my skills also outside of crypto, because I feel like I know a lot about crypto, but I just want to know about other things in the world. So like real estate. I think it's a very interesting market where you can basically have a very relaxed future with. So I want to try to do that and try potentially build different companies like CryptoSea we've built. Like I really like to do that and just try to help other people as well. So I helped a lot of people from my community, from my YouTube videos to do better. And maybe I'm going to be doing something in real estate or something else in the future, but I'm not quite sure yet. Right now, I just want to keep on making more money in crypto, because crypto is right now booming. And if I see like the market changes and it's going to be somewhere else where you can make a ton of money, I'm going to shift there. So what I always thought once I was younger is that if you work in finance, you're probably going to make the most money, because that is where the money is. And that is also with crypto. Like there's so much money in crypto. Like sometimes people, they pay you like insane. I tell this to my dad and he thinks like, you're crazy. You're fucking crazy, you know? But that's what I always believed. And I think I will always do something with finance. But I just want to I think I want to move a little bit more to property as well, and just learn more about the market.
Brilliant. So obviously, before we sort of wrap things up here, I just want to ask, obviously, it's amazing, like I keep saying, what you've done at such a young age, and the world is your oyster. I mean, the world's your oyster. I mean, you must look. Your friends from back home must look at you and think, "Wow, well, it's incredible what you've done and the lifestyle that you're living." And obviously, it's not all come easy. What, like I say, I asked you this question earlier, but we sort of brushed over it. What advice would you give to young people, young entrepreneurs coming through, to starting their social media? Let's say, I mean, I know you're big on X, I know you're big on YouTube, but how did it start? What was the framework and the model that you have to put together?
It was actually quite funny because you just have to, like, first of all, consistency. Like, I have also on Twitter, on YouTube, I already told you, like, every single day since I started uploaded the video. On Twitter, I post 40 tweets a day. Every single day, and I've never missed a freaking day.
Yeah.
And like I know some other people, they're just lazy and they just stop posting. Like also some big accounts, some big friends, big social media pages, they just stop posting because they're lazy. Come on, get in the work, like consistent, or like find someone who can help you to create content. So consistency number one, and just send messages to people, because how I started on Twitter as well, I got like 200 followers. I sent I did a lot of research, created major charts, which were very nice to like show them to the people, but my audience wasn't so big. So BitBoy, he gave me a shout out on my Twitter page once I had 200 followers. So he also helped me out. So just like send messages to people. Oh, look at this chart. This is a great information. Can you maybe repost or whatever? Just tell them, and just send it to everyone, and probably you're gonna grow. So that is at least what I did. Of course, for different branches, it's going to be different, but just look to leaders in your branch and see what they are doing and try to not copy it, but do it better.
Brilliant advice. Brilliant advice. I think you're a massive inspiration for the younger generation coming through, and obviously people learning, because now there's so much talk about crypto, and it's
going to grow. Probably.
It's going to grow. It's definitely going to grow. Definitely going to grow. So listen, I want to thank you for coming on the channel. It's been great. We've covered some great topics. One last question. Any tips on any meme coins for our viewers here at BetTalks?
So yeah, if you want to take it low risk, in my opinion, of course, I think
no financial advice.
But I think Pepe is definitely the lowest risk one of them all, which is probably going to perform very well, because if you look at the last bull run, you had of course Doge, and the follow-up coin was Shiba. Shiba went to $60 billion in market cap, and now Pepe is sitting around $1.5 billion in market cap.
Yeah.
If it goes to a similar level of the previous cycle to Shiba, the follow-up, it's gonna do like 30x. It's gonna do a 30 freaking X. That's insane. Wow. So that's quite a safe bet in my opinion, which could still do quite well. And of course you can look at more higher risk meme coins. And at that point, maybe you want to like invest in all the biggest meme coins on every single chain to potentially like catch the wave on every single chain. So you of course got the Tron chain. I think Bull is the biggest one over there. You've got of course the base chain. You have Brett. I think that one is gonna do extraordinary as well this bull run. And like, and just look at the biggest meme coins on every single chain, and probably if there's a new chain, buy the biggest one. Buy the biggest one, and see if it explodes. Because sometimes, like out of nowhere, you have like Ton or like a new chain, and there's a meme coin and it explodes. So you always see these hypes, because I know what it is, because I know the team as well. Like Ton or all these other chains, they just want to promote their chain. And what is the best way to promote your chain? It's to have a meme coin. So what do they want to do? They're just investing their own money to blow up that meme coin. And then people are like, you're making money from Ton, because the Ton team is like pumping the coins.
Of course.
So that's basically what I'm doing.
So you're very knowledgeable on the market, and you've also invested in lots of different projects, lots of different tokens. Have you not thought about launching your own?
No, I don't really want to launch my own token, because I think in the end of the day, maybe people are going to lose money, and I don't want to be responsible for that. So I don't want to do that.
No,
so if someone ever launched a coin, that's mine. It's not mine.
It's not yours. No,
I will never do it. Never.
There you go. Set it from the horse's mouth. Crypto Rover, thank you. Check him out on all of his platforms: YouTube, X, Twitter. X is Twitter, but all of his platforms. Great podcast. Thank you for coming on the show. I think what you've done is fantastic, and I hope you continue growing for the future.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks for your time. Cheers. Thank you very much. Cheers.